Okay, also das ist meine, oder? Mach ich den Anfang, den kurzen mache ich da rein. Ja. Welcome to Team Talks. In this series, we sit down with our colleagues at CID on our team and get to know them better. And first up is Jens Klasen. Hi, Jens.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. So let's jump right in. And to get us started, would you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jens, Jens Klasen, born in 1978, so quite old. Happily married and father of two, so a girl and a boy.
Nice, very cool. So you recently joined CID. Please describe your role. What are you doing at CID?
Yeah, I joined CID with the beginning of this year as an evangelist.
Mm-hmm.
And within the evangelist role, I'm going to, let's say, bring the infrastructure point of view or the infrastructure focus into the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I met CID a couple of years ago. I first got to know Ruven Lörsch, and with his focus on infrastructure, I helped him with getting a new view into HCI, so hyperconverged infrastructures, and also private cloud. So private cloud, public cloud approaches. And I learned from Ruven very soon that you and now we are really specialists in bespoke software. And from my career, I know, okay, the focus in the whole scene and also in the industry, in the IT industry, is sometimes only infrastructure and sometimes only software.
Mm.
And this is where we get a really good conversation within our work, where we worked together. So I was quite in a good contact with CID since the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized, okay, the CID vision, the CID idea matches to my vision where I see the infrastructure and also the industry coming along in the next decades.
Mm-hmm.
So bring the software to the infrastructure or bring the infrastructure to the software and create one solution out of it. And that's mainly the goal. I'm going to get it, and it takes time. It's not a sprint, it's more a marathon here to get into the mindsets, to get into the C-level talks with others, decision makers, that they realize, okay, we have two different budgets, but makes it sense to combine those budgets and to bring the teams together, to have the conversation together and to create something which is a real solution.
Exciting stuff. So how have the first couple of weeks been?
The first weeks were a really warm welcome. So the team is brilliant and it makes a lot of fun.
Okay, so maybe let's talk a little bit professional background next. So what brought you to CID and what's your professional background like?
My career starts 25 years ago, and it's a German word, it's Fachinformatiker, Systemintegration. That's always where we Germans are famous of, these big words having together.
The longer the better.
The longer the better, exactly. And within my career, I was in several departments of work. So I was in Microsoft infrastructure team, Microsoft engineering team, at Lufthansa, for example, as an external consultant. And I was in storage management at Hessische Landesbank and Finanzinformatik and so on. And during that time, I get in touch with virtualization. And I had my first certification in VMware within the version 3.5. Yeah, at the moment, we're talking about 9. So it's quite long. And I was able to join Dell Technologies. So almost the half of my 25 years I spent in the Customer Solution Center at Dell Technologies. And within this job, I had sometimes 2 customer engagements a day. And I learned a lot about the trends and the new ideas and to work pragmatic, but think strategic, to get goals for decision makers in a strategic way, but we need to leverage also issues and some challenges in a pragmatic way. And this brings me also back to the topic I already mentioned. It is important from my point of view, and it is important for the success of companies to have the software development combined with the infrastructure needs and vice versa. So we reduced a lot of silos in infrastructure. In the beginning, we had the compute department, we had the storage department, the networking department, the backup department. So these were all silos. And now we have the infrastructure and the software development silos over, and I'm pretty sure we will get them also merged together to a solution concentrated and solution focused team or department, however you name it.
You've done a lot of very interesting stuff already. So why CID? Why now? What motivated you and excited you to join the company?
Well, that's exactly, I see CID as a real hidden champion, as a hidden champion which had a lot of success, but nobody knows about it. And I realized this within the meetings I had with Dell, within Dell, and also later in the connections between Ruven and Alexander and so on. And I see here the potential. It's an absolutely amazing knowledge here in the teams across all the different sites and branches CID has, and also the being a pioneer in AI. So developing graphs, developing AI solutions, and also like your specialization in language models, which is at the moment the absolutely hype, but nobody knows exactly how can I use it. The infrastructure vendors are keen to get GPUs sold. But the question is, how do they use it? And what exactly is my business need behind it? And I see here a huge potential within CID. And also from the time perspective, we have the momentum right now because everybody wants it. Everybody is keen to get it, to know it. And who else can deliver this as CID?
That sounds really cool. So on the other side of the coin, maybe on the flip side, what challenges do you see in the ID industry coming up in the near and immediate future?
Challenges are always how to get the budgets. Yeah, it's always the money. How do I refinance? How do I get the money to spend to new projects? And therefore, I have also an idea, because if you analyze your existing infrastructure, you will see an average of a usage rate of 10-20%. If you think now and know in redundancy, you have always to count it double, because if you see 15, you can say, okay, I can go max to 13, because if I lose the half of the infrastructure, I still have my 15%. That's quite good. But even if you go to a maximum usage of a system to 80%, which is, let's say, the high watermark of usage, we still have a gap of 50% usage if we talk about 15 or 30. And now we have the challenge to explain this to the infrastructure guys, because they are always interested in optimization and higher the efficiency. And if we go to the customer and say, well, let's save money in your existing infrastructure without reducing your infrastructure power, then we can refinance the AI approach, or let's say the bespoke software, which is using AI, that you as an infrastructure can say, I have AI in place, and the business where your company is earning the money on the market from is also AI powered and gets benefit out of it. The challenge is to prove this, because if you go to a board and say, hey, we will give you AI and you will earn more money, they can believe you, or they can say, okay, challenge accepted, show me. And that's the greatest challenge, to get the financing of the new ideas.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're at the end already.
thanks for having me, and I'm looking forward to hear a lot of more of those conversations with my colleagues and teammates at CID.
Thanks very much for being here, Jens. It was a lot of fun.